Could have had him.
Could have had him. Could have had.
It's a serious. Could have had him situation.
Could have had. I think we're onto something there.
No, you're on a. It's been a while.
I know, but there's something. This is the long-awaited sequel. Dude, so how many songs have sequels? Because a couple of them definitely do, right?
I hope not.
Baby's Got Back. That's got a sequel.
What's the sequel? Baby's Still Here?
Baby.
Baby's Got Back.
Baby's Got Back. Do it as a country version.
No,
she
wait,
left
what?
me on the porch swinging by myself.
Baby's
wondering
got back.
if she'd ever come home.
Baby had back removed, but now has front.
Baby had to go down to Mexico to get the
baby
surgery
had reduction
Baby
on the
God.
back.
Baby had back pain.
Back.
Baby had back pain.
Baby had back pain.
Baby got back pain. Yeah, baby got back pain. Guys, this is why people tune into the show.
Baby got front.
Wordplay. For the wordplay.
Baby got front.
But Baby Got Front, that's gonna fail. Baby Got Back is like a platinum song, dude. Baby Got Front, that's not even hitting gold.
Baby got side.
Baby got side. Maybe.
Baby got feet.
I don't hate it. I don't know if it's gonna be great. I think there's a very specific demographic that might be really into that song. They might take it as their anthem. Matthew, we've got business to discuss, and I hate to blindside you with this right out of the back. I'm in a new play.
Mm-hmm.
In the green room, they got a nice little spread going, cupcakes, cookies, all the stuff you're going to go for. Love it. Somebody brought in, which you know, a favorite of the show, double stuff EL fudge cookies.
Okay.
Brand new pack. Ladies and gentlemen,
I already don't believe it.
The nation has changed. We live in a very controversial political time.
No dunk head first anymore. Is that what it's going to be?
Matthew, don't try to guess. Don't try to guess.
Emily, did I guess right? If I guessed right, Emily owed me $5.
I don't think Emily's got her fingers on the pulse of EL fudge. No offense, the way that we do.
I did see Andrew looking them up when I came in.
Yes,
today.
because we had to talk about this.
Andrew
because
was looking them up on the TV.
Now I that's how I look up all my things on the TV. I did not indulge, but I was walking to go on stage, and I stop because I notice something is wrong
with the outer packaging.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had somebody send me a picture of them, and I thought,
really?
Okay, keep going.
Which means that something is wrong with the inner package. Matthew, our crew of Ernie, Buckets, Elwood, and Fast Eddie has been replaced by several new Keebler elves.
Yeah.
Leonardo,
Ernie's still there.
Ernie is still there. Joy, Ella. I've got a picture of him right up there. And Leonardo.
Yeah, look. I'm not going to show it on
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that was...
Yeah. I'm not going to show the picture on screen, but
the elves are different.
Ella, Joy, Leonardo, and Ernie?
Yeah, and Ernie, because Ernie's got Ernie. Ernie's like the
Can I ask
Captain
you a question?
Kirk. Yeah.
They added an African-American elf?
They might be both. Ella and Joy might both be black. I have no idea.
Listen.
You can't tell the race by the cookie.
No, look at the picture in the back.
Oh, well, I know. Well, that one, which I think that one must be Joy, but Ella's not on the packaging, so we don't know what color Ella is. I guess
that's I
guess
personally I don't see it. So
yeah,
but I'm just asking if that's what they did. Wait, wow, somebody was mad on Instagram about it.
Yeah, I have no doubt, dude. That's.
What do you mean you have no doubt? That's what we're looking at. That's why I asked.
Well, I didn't read the fucking caption. I was getting it for the picture, dude.
Wait a minute. Great Keebler responded, We're so excited you noticed the new members of the elf family. You can follow their journey on our website soon. Look it up.
9 weeks.
Let me do it.
Don't put some random lady's face on there.
Sorry. Well, it is.
Yeah, I know. Just exit out of there then or something. Jesus Christ. Why are you getting on me about your Googling ability?
I mean, look where you put this computer. Because that's where it fit. You know, you got it. The connections are all. What's going on?
See, not as easy as it looks, is it? Even we went to Mother's Day dinner, and at Mother's Day dinners, Matthew's bringing up how bad of a Googler I am.
Because you're the worst Googler of
I
all
know,
time.
but at Mother's Day dinner, you have to bring it up. Even there. I'll tell you what. While you're putting this together.
Accept cookies. Take all of our
Accept
information.
cookies. That's funny.
Where do I see this?
How do I didn't design the Keebler website.
Keebler products.
Ale fudge cookies, baby.
Ale fudge cookies. I want double stuffed. See, that's Ernie. This is different packaging.
Yeah, it's not the new fresh
I
package.
want to know about.
I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about the Black Keebler elves. I'll say this.
I don't know. I'm over it.
Leonardo, I mean, obviously, any sort of change can be difficult for people.
Are you like Leonardo or you're?
Dude, that Leonardo cookie looks really good.
Do they still say dunk head first?
I don't know. I've never. It's impossible. They have not released images of the back of the cookie, so we'd have to buy a container, which I didn't because I did not have the foresight.
That always seemed like PETA was going to step in and be like, "Hey, you can't be dunking."
You think elves are covered by PETA? You think PETA covers fantasy?
I think
putting elves
was
in the
putting
animal
elves in PETA
category.
disrespectful?
Yeah, I think it's because
they're not humans. They're
yeah,
creatures.
but they're. Well, I mean,
but
they're not.
Yeah.
But they're not like dragons or unicorns. Like they have jobs. They have conscious thought, right?
So do bees.
Yeah, but bees aren't like
bees got to be
bees
protected
don't
by
bees.
PETA.
Well, yeah, because bees. I think insects. Well, insects are animals. My brother-in-law told me that, and he's the guy to ask that question.
So
too.
that means elves are animals too. Humans are animals. Wait a minute.
Right. But we're talking like PETA. It's
but
style
human doesn't have to
animals.
protect humans because PETA is trying to protect other animals from humans. PETA would try to protect the elves from the humans.
Okay, I'm on board. I feel
Yeah.
that. No disrespect to the elves. No
Yeah.
disrespect to the elf community, obviously.
To be casted in the world of PETA's protection net.
PETA protection.
Yeah.
PETA protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
I'm excited to try them though. The new EL fudge
Yeah,
cookies. But
I'll
I'm
have
gonna
to-
miss. You know what? I mean,
I'm going.
as much as we dunked on buckets. More wordplay. You're welcome. I am gonna miss him. And I always thought Elwood was really cool, but you know what? It's kind of time. Like his time has passed. I feel like Elwood
How did
got
Ernie
me too'd.
get selected to stay?
Ernie's in charge of the whole fucking company.
So they needed him.
Well, they know what Ernie's. No one's gonna kick Ernie out because Ernie's.
Is Ernie a real elf that runs Keebler?
I would say yes, probably.
Like
Ernie's
they have a big boardroom at their headquarters in like the middle of Times Square, the 150th floor.
Sure, where all corporations are
Yeah.
held.
And there's this big, like think of the Wayne Enterprise boardroom
Yeah,
from Dark
obviously
Knight.
that's the only boardroom I can picture.
That big boardroom lined with suits,
Windows.
and there's one seat at the head that's empty, and they're all like kind of like talking amongst themselves, flipping through papers, waiting for the meeting to get started. And somebody comes in and puts like one of those, the chairs that they put on top of a barbershop chair for a child.
Yeah, booster.
Somebody puts a booster seat chair down, and then like maybe a little ladder, or he hops. Actually, no, the guy picks him up, and the elf hops in his hand, and the guy goes like that, and then he hops on the booster chair.
I see
and
it
he
more
stands,
as
and then he conducts
as a gold ladder situation where he
And
has
then
a
he
guy to
conducts the
carry his
meeting.
gold ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ernie's like, listen, Elwood.
And he does that, but it's real high pitch. That was not
That was
good.
a little too much of a.
Yeah.
The studio's being flooded with birds right
Yeah.
now.
And then he conducts the business. He's like, "Hey, we need to follow in the footsteps of those before us and get more involved in diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
We need to eliminate some of our elves
And you know
and
what?
bring in some new talent, some more diverse talent.
Yeah.
But you do have to keep me."
Well, of course, because again, Ernie's the head of the
And
company.
people went. No, everybody loved it except for one guy who was due for the last promotion and didn't get it.
Ooh.
He's disgruntled.
So he's disgruntled. He's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
being-
and he's going to start a foundation for the elves that were
Well, here's the thing,
taken
man.
away.
I think that okay. Here's
because no, I'm actually not done. Because there's no reason that you couldn't just have more names. You know,
you gotta print
you
so
could-
many more cookies, though, man.
Dude.
The machines are
Dude.
set to print 4 cookies. You gotta
Dude.
change all the machines.
Dude.
That's crazy. We don't have the
you had to
overhead
change them
for
anyway
that.
because you had to put new molds in them.
Yeah, but you put new molds is so much easier than replacing the
Yeah,
the
but I
number
doubt
of
there's
cookie
one
things.
singular Fast Eddie mold, one singular buckets mold. So there's probably 4. I bet you it's like
easier.
4. I bet you they have. In my head, there's 10 machines. No, 8 machines. No, one big machine.
20 machines.
One big machine with 16 cookie stampers on it.
Yes, yes.
4, 4, 4, and 4.
Yes.
Why not just go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2?
Because the rows, it's like the rows that have the 4 individual things in them are all connected. So even though you have like the individual molds, the molds themselves are molds are connected to each other.
Yeah, but just I mean, new molds
It's a
is
whole
the least
sheet
of
of-
their issue. They don't have to buy
That's
a
what
new
I'm
machine.
saying.
New molds is nothing, dude. You make molds like that.
But you
Yes, you can.
but you have to replace the old molds. You can't.
Yes.
You can't combine.
You
the
had to
molds like
replace
that.
the
It just
old
doesn't
molds
work.
anyway. You had to replace the old
I
molds
know,
anyway.
but
yes, you can
but
combine molds.
you
You
can't
100%
combine the
can.
molds.
You don't understand
Matthew,
molds,
it's
Andy.
Ghostbusters rules.
You
You
don't
can't
understand.
combine the molds.
You don't understand
You
molds.
can't cross the molds.
You don't understand. You're thinking MOLDS. We're talking MOULDS.
I know molds.
You obviously don't know molds.
I know a couple of molds. I took
You
a
got a mold
forensics
guy?
class. I know molds. If you're
See,
taking
you're talking
molds
the wrong
of
mold.
footprints,
You're
and
talking the wrong
sneakers,
mold.
tire tracks, I know
Well,
molds.
those are molds.
Those are molds.
You got a mold guy? Probably not, because you don't know shit about molds.
I
I'm
know
telling you right
I
now,
know something about
you give me
molds.
48 hours, I could have molds.
All right, fine. I challenge you to a mold race.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Oh, fuck. Don't worry about that. This is all part of the mold process. I get a mold. I'll find a mold. I get a mold. Yellow pages. I'll yellow page
You do
mold.
not have a mold guy.
I could get a
I
mold
would
guy though.
love to
I could
see
get
you
a
try to
mold
get a
guy
mold
though.
right now.
But I could get a mold guy.
But could he get you a mold? I would love
Yes.
to see you get a
That's the
mold.
whole point of having a mold guy. Is
For
to
free?
Get you a mold.
Could he get you a mold for free? Sample
Well-
mold? Could you get a sample mold for free?
Well, I wouldn't want to take advantage of our relationship like that.
Because you don't have one.
Okay, well now the computer's just not
My
working.
mold guy understands. You probably locked the keys out.
I didn't lock.
Ooh,
Shit.
that's nice. Learn about that
Thank you.
picture.
It's part of the veranda.
You don't have a mold guy.
I could get a mold guy though. Is what
Few
I'm saying.
things.
Folks, spring is springing. Summer's right around the corner. Means the weather's getting nicer all across the board, okay? And for those rainy days when you want to stick around inside before you're, if you do, if it's warm enough, you go out to the beach, the best thing you can do is use Instacart, okay? Let's say you wake up in the morning, you get a text from your pal, hey, let's go hit the beach. I got to get snacks. I got to get the cooler packed. I got to blah, blah, blah. Relax, okay? All you got to worry about is which bathing suit you're going to wear, okay? Which sunblock you got to use, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but all kinds of things delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. But the best part is, and you know there's a best part, which is this, that Two in the Cooler listeners right now get a free delivery on their first order of $10 more. All you got to do is spend $10. Instacart will deliver whatever it is right to your front door, no delivery fee. And we all know that delivery fees, that's how they get you. So forget about that. Forget about your worries. Start making things easier on yourself by using Instacart today. Folks, like I said, spring is springing, and in spring is typically a time for change, all right? A time for growth and rebirth, all right? And why not start with your wardrobe, okay? If you're looking for something new, get a couple of new cool things, you can check out all the great merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Hoodies, t-shirts, bucket hats, mugs, pint glasses, slides, fanny packs, notebooks, whatever it is you're looking for, okay? All kinds of great stuff. Top quality, by the way, okay? I mean, look at this shirt I'm wearing right now. This is from Target, PS, okay? And the Two in the Cooler shirts, we would not skimp out on that sort of thing, okay? We're not trying to make a cheap buck by selling that Gibson brand or whatever that's got that. God, even the printing on those shirts, it's like plastic melted onto them, okay? And the material is gross. It fits like a cardboard box. You can barely wear it once, and then it shrinks in the wash. Not with us, baby, okay? Our t-shirts in particular, tri-blend material. That's 3 kinds of material blended. So make sure you check out all that great stuff. Don't just take my word for it. Hit the link in this episode description or see for yourself again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this podcast, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in your local area and beyond. Podcast advertising. It's its own thing now, man. It's right up there with the regular TV commercials. You have companies. Every car company is advertising on podcasts now. Nissan, Toyota, all of them. McDonald's is advertising on podcasts. State Farm. And it's cool to see these massive companies move into that space. I think it is very telling of how effective that is. The problem is that smaller and local businesses have not been able to get their slice of the pie yet. Okay, they haven't been able to take advantage of all the benefits to podcast advertising. But that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. So if you're interested in learning more about all those benefits and why these massive companies that do their ads on the Super Bowl and things like that are moving into the podcast space, reach out to us. Hit us up at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
I didn't want to blow up your spot. That's why I asked you beforehand, but you had an audition last night.
Yes. So, folks, new plays going on, Parkside Community Center. If you're in, it's in like North Tonawanda, so if you're in the surrounding area. Last weekend was great. Thanks to everybody who came. This is the last weekend to see it, and you're going to want to see it because it's a really great show.
I've heard great things. Haven't had my own eyes on it, but I've heard great things.
I know. I'm kind of bummed you're not going to be able to come see it.
I know, because I'm going to be out of town.
But you know what? You saw the last one, and that's good. So I had an audition yesterday. Now, auditions are sometimes difficult because it's weird. So this audition, you had to prepare 2 monologues, like a comedy one, I guess, and like a dramatic one. So I've been busy with the other play, and also, I guess, lackadaisical. Shout out to my 7th grade teacher who called me lackadaisical and wrote it on my binder in the definition for me. Anyways,
nailed it.
What are you gonna do? She fucking called her shot, and now I'm sure she's alive and well and doing great. So I didn't know what I was gonna do for my dramatic monologue, and then we talked at the Mother's Day dinner.
That's the one you went dramatic for?
That's not the one I did. I did. I was like, I chose the my favorite part of Good Will Hunting. Do you know how easy this is for me? I chose that one.
Did you do it as Will Hunting or did you do it as Michael Caine?
I didn't do it as Michael Caine, and that's the problem. So I go in there, I do the first monologue, which I just did something from the show that I'm currently in. Yeah. And that was fine. That's a pretty good monologue, I think, for me, because I get to, do whatever, do my thing. This one, I watched the scene on YouTube, and then I, wrote out the lines to memorize them. And I'm, reading it over in my head. I'm practicing it. Here's where I went wrong. In my head, I'm doing the Michael Caine cadence. So when I did it out loud, and I read it out loud a couple times, but when I'm doing it in front of these people, I forgot the second to last sentence of the monologue. So actually, I have it here. So I'd like to, if you'll indulge me, I could read this 2 ways. I could redo my regular one, and I could do the Michael Caine one.
I just want to hear. Well, no, you.
Which I don't know which one you'd want to hear first. If you want to do both of them.
Are you comfortable doing the real one?
Oh yeah, I could try my best.
Okay.
So this is what I did, except I fucked it up. But what are you gonna do? I forgot. I went through the whole thing, and I forgot the second to last sentence. Which when I was practicing, I was like, "This is kind of my favorite part."
But you were in Michael Caine mode.
But I was in Michael Caine mode, and Michael Caine, he's a bit of an older guy, so sometimes he gets a little forgetful.
Yep.
And when you're a method actor, such as myself, you really embody the person you're trying to be. Not Will Hunting in this instance, who actually said these words, but Michael Caine, the man who should have said these words. So I just kind of ended it early. So I'll do it straight first, and then we'll do it the good way. Okay. I'm gonna really do some
I'm
acting
excited for
here.
this.
So I'm gonna keep my mic a little away because I don't want to get loud. I'll take my headphones off,
Yep,
actually. 'Cause
please do.
Sound weird to me. Okay. Hey, can we do this at Sean's office from now on? Because I got to knock off work to come here, and the commute is killing me. And I couldn't go to the McNeil meeting. I had a date. Just don't set up any more meetings. Look, maybe I don't want to spend the rest of my fucking life sitting around explaining shit to people. Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any idea how fucking easy this is? This is a fucking joke. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am. Because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up. You're right. This is probably a total waste of my time. So I did.
like that.
So I did the. Do you have any idea how fucking easy this is? This is a fucking joke. Mind went blank. MLB or not MLB, MIB. Men in Black style. Total like laser beam to the face. Mind is totally wiped. So I stand there for what feels like forever, but it's probably not too long. And I'm like rubbing my nose like this. And then I just go right to, you're right, this is probably a total waste of my time. Which, for the moment, art imitates life. What are you going to do? Now, here's how I should have done it. Hey, can we do this at Sean's office from now on? Because I got to knock off work to come here. And the commute is killing me. And I couldn't go to the McNeil meeting. I had a date. Just don't set up any more meetings. Look, maybe I don't want to spend the rest of my fucking life, sitting around explaining shit to people. Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any fucking idea? Any idea how fucking easy this is? This is a fucking joke. And I'm sorry, you can't do this. I really am. Because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up. You're right. This is probably a total waste of my time.
That was great.
Money in the bank.
So the only thing you forgot was you're right.
No, the only thing I forgot was, so I did.
Oh,
do you
did
have
know how
do
fucking easy this is for me?
I did. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any idea how fucking easy this is? See, that's how I got tripped up because I couldn't remember this. This is a fucking joke. That part I was like really trying to remember that, and then made me forget. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up. And and I really wish I had said that part because I really like that part.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
So, question: when you're doing these auditions, is it like a instant feedback, or they're like, "All right, thanks, we'll call you"?
Yeah, you just like get out of there, especially.
So
these
they might
ones,
call you.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't know if it was like
no, you don't. It's not like American Idol where you kind of sing your shtick and then you stand there like, am I going to Hollywood or what? Especially these ones, a lot of people are coming in, so it's just kind of like, and I'm there like, guys, I know you want to go home, so I'm gonna do these really fast and then we can all leave.
Are you like, is it like obviously you don't intend to say that, but in their mind, they're like, okay, I know this guy's in a show right now. He's got other shit going on. Do they know that you missed a line, or would they only know if they know Good Will Hunting?
They would only know if they know Good Will Hunting. So I think they recognized, I mean, I hope they did. They recognized the...
Yeah, if you're doing an audition, if you're hosting an audition, you've probably seen Good Will Hunting.
I can't even... I was probably the 6th or 7th person who did that monologue that day, I assume. I would have to assume.
People are doing that monologue?
If they're smart, they fucking are. Do you have any idea how fucking good this monologue is? But you know what I listened to? I listened to the whole Chucky, you know what the best part of my day is monologue too, because I did think about doing. I was like, which one of these
should you do?
Would be funnier to do, even though it was supposed to be the drama one. But I really just want to do it so I could come and tell you that I did do that one. And I'm never gonna get the chance to do that in front of people again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Except for your next audition.
Yeah, I should. A little comeback because I need to get that fucking sentence in there.
You need to hit that line.
I need to hit that line, baby. Caine
so that's
style.
it. You just walk into a room, you do those two things for like 30 seconds, and you walk out? Damn.
Yeah. Yep. And it's dead quiet the whole time.
And then they say thanks?
Yeah, and you say thanks, and they say thanks, and then everybody leaves.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, there was this guy sitting out there who was not watching the auditions, but this older guy.
He was just hanging
older
out?
actor. Well, he was like at the table where you sign in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, how did it go? And I go, I beefed it. And he goes, and, I don't know how old this guy is, but he's pretty old. And he's like, that's all right, man. I've probably done over 100 interviews or 100 auditions, and I think it's the cruelest thing ever. I was like, the coolest thing ever? And he goes, no, the cruelest thing ever. I was like, oh, okay. So that was nice.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. Talked to me for a minute, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you just got to stand up there and yeah, I don't think I'd be I would be like dude, fuck, I'm so happy I get to bring this up. The scene in Ocean's 12 when the guy is doing the stand-up comedy, like the tech guy is doing the stand-up comedy, and Benedict is sitting at the back of the bar.
Yeah.
And you see him up there, and he's like, Mom? And then it cuts to him at the scene, still in full costume, sitting at the bar with Benedict, and he's like, thanks for letting me finish my set. And Benedict's like, what can I say? I enjoy humor, or something like that, with his fucking fat cigar sitting in his mouth.
Great set of films.
Yeah, they put them on Netflix again, and I've watched.
Yeah, I know.
I've
saw
watched
them on
them
there.
all probably twice since they've been put back on. It's just a great movie. Twice I've put it on and been like, I'm gonna fall asleep, and then watch the whole film.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Oh my gosh, Matthew.
We buried the lead.
New Pope.
Oh yeah, shout out to America. Shout out to America.
USA Pope, baby.
Yeah, I've been listening to, there's a lot of other podcasts I've listened to that have said this, but I will reiterate because I do feel it in my bones. Like, fuck everybody else. Yeah, we have the Pope now too.
That's pretty crazy.
Like, what are you gonna do?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
An American Pope, the Chi-Town Pope, by the way,
Windy
Chicago
City,
Pope,
baby.
Windy City Pope.
Yeah. Pope. I bet you that Pope's a big fan of the bean.
Oh, you don't become Pope without loving the bean. Even
Yeah,
fucking
Pope
John
loves
Paul
bean.
loved the beans.
Yeah.
Dude, that's probably all that. That's the best they got to eat in Van. What do you think? What do you think the Pope has for dinner?
Oh no, the Pope. Didn't you? There
gotta be
one thing
pretty
that
good.
came out that they had to cut the conclave off from raviolis. I think I saw that. That could
What
be
is that?
made
A
up. Emily,
fucking
did you
New
see
Yorker cartoon? That's some
that?
bullshit.
Google it. No, I'll Google it. Yeah, I can't. No, don't please.
The
Don't.
Ravioli Pope. I'm looking up Ravioli Pope. Why ravioli banned from papal conclave?
Yeah,
Newsweek. The hard-hitting stuff.
yeah.
Ravioli and whole chickens. Yeah, whole chicken. See, that's what I was imagining. Like whole chickens is something.
Were some
that
of
they
the
would
foods
eat.
that were banned to be eating in the conclave as they were seen as a risk to the secrecy that remains such a major part?
Because you could hide stuff in 'em.
raviolis.
Oh my God! There's a microphone in the ravioli.
Dude, I would love to hide something in a ravioli. Dude,
There's a tiny camera. There's a tiny.
can
camera
I say
in
something
my
that I'm gonna
ravioli.
forget, but if I do remember, it'll be electric?
Okay.
You know how you did and I'm gonna tell you because I think you'll also forget. You know how you, for my Christmas present, you did the
Da Vinci Code.
cryptext?
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve this coming year, I'm going to bring you a plate of ravioli. I'm like, hey, Andy, have some ravioli. And inside the ravioli is going to be a piece of paper with a clue.
I will eat it. I will.
I'm going to make it pretty noticeable.
Okay, there's a good chance that I will eat it because
Then you don't get a Christmas
if
present.
it's the kind of and that
Dude, I'm going to
maybe in a
line
day
it
or
in.
two.
Okay. See, I'm giving myself enough time to get creative.
You could laminate it.
I'm going to.
Then I'll probably find
Yeah,
it if it's
I'm going to
laminated.
laminate it.
I hope
yeah.
I do.
Or you're going to have to shit it out.
Yeah, which, God, shitting out anything laminated, that sounds really brutal. Here's the thing. You got to put it in, you know that brand of ravioli that's got the old guy on the packages?
Yes.
That's my favorite kind of, like, store-bought ravioli.
I don't know that kind. I don't buy store-bought raviolis. I know you do. Like, I don't have anything against them. I just don't ever do it.
It's like an old man. Old man ravioli lived down the street.
There was one thing I wanted to bring up, but I need to Google it first.
Old ravioli. Let's see. Old man ravioli.
Yes, dude. So
Rana.
how about all right. I'm watching playoff hockey there night.
Of course.
Might have been last.
Time, man. What are you gonna do, brother?
Might have been last night. Let me look. Wait, let me check this out.
Okay.
Let me check because I just want to get my story straight because this has been on my mind and I just finally looked
This
it up.
is on the record.
Yeah, it was last night. So I'm watching playoff hockey last night. It's Washington Capitals versus the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm sitting there watching it casually like I usually would. I was eating ground chicken with taco seasoning and rice in a burrito. A little sauce, a little hot sauce on there.
Mm-hmm.
Very delicious. And I'm just painting the picture. And they cut to like whistle blows, goalie freezes the puck, and they cut to the goalie, the Washington Capitals goalie, Logan Thompson. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I fucking think that's Nicolas Cage on his goalie mask. Look up goalie mask.
Keep going.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, well, holy shit. I'm like, he does play for the Washington Capitals. I'm like, I think he has Nicolas Cage on his goalie mask. Wait, click an article. Go back to all. Click that first article. Yeah. Dude, he has a national treasure. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Stop. He has a national treasure inspired goalie mask. And it was the right side that I could see. And I'm like, I think that's Nicolas Cage with the Declaration of Independence around his chest. But I didn't see the other side. And I'm like, it makes sense. He plays for the Washington Capitals. Like, this dude has a Nicolas Cage inspired goalie mask. Look, he's got the all-seeing eye.
That's a Book of Secrets poster. That's the first poster.
Yeah, and he's got the all-seeing eye up there.
Holy shit.
Dude, like.
What's this guy's name again?
Logan Thompson.
Logan Thompson. God bless you. Thank God.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's so cool. Man, that's what's up.
Thank you.
People. We're a small but strong community of National Treasure enthusiasts. And this guy is proving that. And he's putting himself out there on the ice every single night representing not just America, but the spirit of America, what America really means.
I'm going to reach out to him.
Absolutely. You
have to. See if I can, bid on, I'll pay for his helmet. You can donate it to charity.
That'd be amazing. That would be really cool. It'd be nice to just talk to him. Just anything. Just something. Just, hey, man.
Yeah.
Us too. Hey, brother. Me too.
Let me, yeah. Okay. All right. I'll send that after. But dude, I saw this in the wild
in real time.
The camera cuts away, and I'm like, go back to it. I think that was fucking Nicolas Cage with the Declaration of Independence slung around his chest.
Guys, you're missing a clue. We need more heat.
Yeah, dude. If he's a real fan,
yeah.
There's hidden ink on that helmet.
It's got to be. And that's a perfect place to hide it because it's so cold in the hockey rink.
Yeah. Squeeze a little lemon juice on that and blow on it.
Dude, who are they playing right now?
The Carolina Hurricanes.
Dude, I'm getting on the Hurricanes. Instead of a mouth guard, I'm taking a lemon wedge. I'm spitting. So I get kicked out early because otherwise I'd be absolutely fucked. But that's my way to get kicked. That's my way to get kicked
already. Yeah. Unless it was in the handshake line, you'd probably already be dead.
Yeah, probably.
Just being honest.
That's all it needs to take me out.
Yeah.
Man, that is great. See, we're out there. And people.
Also, shout out to friend of the program, Trey. Was he on that day that we had everybody on?
No, but he was on, I think, with you and the one episode that I've never been on.
Shout out Trey Malcolm. He just texted me again, talking about the small but strong community. Because he's coming on vacation.
Yes, tomorrow.
With me. Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second. But just got a text. I'm expecting National Treasure to make its way onto the TV one night after we've had a few beers.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's perfect. That's like an absolute go-to. I mean, we watched both of them. I was just talking about the Nashville bachelor party. We watched both of them. Were just on. I mean, we didn't watch them, but they were just on.
If I come home from a bar or a night, a nice little night out, and my girlfriend is going right to bed, I'm putting National Treasure on.
National Treasure's the go-to.
Yeah.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean also.
Yeah. See, my problem is that I'll put on that one where the kid starts singing,
Yeah.
and
the
it
third
just
one.
fires me up. It's about time. Or it took them long enough. What is it?
Finally, he says.
Yeah.
The
Sir, they're
quickest version of
singing.
it. Finally.
Hoist the colors high, heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. See, I turned into more of the older gentleman there once you started taking over.
Yeah, I figured I'd take the high part.
Yeah.
And I think for at the beginning, it was really good. I think I lost it a little bit.
Yeah,
but
because it's just the kid at the start. Which, by the way, that was a great Michael Caine, by the way. You did great, Michael Caine. Like, that was one of your better Michael Caines that I've heard.
Thank God.
But yeah, going on vacation, very excited.
You gotta,
if
you guys can make it, Casa
We're not
Antica,
going there. Casa.
my favorite restaurant, and that's what I said.
You said Casa.
No, I said Casa Antica.
Emily,
the words
roll
blend
the tape
together.
back. I
The
know, but
words
that's
blend
why you have
together.
to differentiate.
Casa Antica, my
Yes,
favorite
we're not
restaurant in the
going.
entire
I'll
world.
tell you right now, we're not going.
Uh,
We might. Let me see.
That's on you. I know. I mean, look, I get it. I get it if you don't. It's a smaller place, and you guys have a lot of people, and I get that. That's not the point of the vacation, right? But if you
It's
do
definitely
feel
the point
like,
of
but I'm just
vacation.
saying, if you do feel like going somewhere and just like sitting around, talking, having a very nice meal, there's no place you can beat than Casa
Maybe we will go to Casa.
Antica. But call them, tell them you know me. They'll hook you up. It's
I got a resi at Shore. Prime
nice.
time, 7:45 p.m.
That's a tough
Friday
get. That's
night.
a tough get.
Table of 10.
That's a really tough get. The Shore.
That's
think the other
only
one's
Shore.
closed.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
other one
yeah,
closed. No, yeah.
Get the ceviche.
Night 1. Speaks. I love Speaks.
Speaks is a great spot. Everybody loves Speaks.
Good
Good chicken parm too.
Sure.
Not just good
Saturday
seafood.
we're hitting downtown Sari.
Nice. You gonna go to
Rose
Dylan's
Ivy.
spot? A Rose. Oh, that's Mom's
Yeah.
place. I haven't eaten there.
Yeah.
But Dylan's spot is right around the corner.
Sunday. Yeah, I mean I'll text him actually.
Yeah,
I will. Sunday, never done this before in Longboat Key. How about this? We rented a boat with a driver that's going to come pick us up. We're going to wade into the water and get on the boat.
From the beach right there. Holy shit!
6-hour boat trip, 12 to 6.
What kind of boat?
Guess a pontoon.
Nice.
Or
It's not
whatever
like one
can-
of those tiki ones though.
I don't know if those can survive in the ocean. I don't
I
care.
think they
We're
have
going
them. I
like
mean, I think
sandbar
that's
and
what
like
they
you know that sandbar
Oh
place?
yeah. Oh, that's
Shipwreck Cove or something like that maybe.
Yeah, I think they call it Skull Rock or something
Skull
like that.
Rock. Yeah, we're going to Skull
Skull Rock Cove.
Hook. Okay.
God damn, that's a great fucking movie.
That's what Skull Rock is from, right?
Yeah, Peter Pan.
Yeah, doing a whole bunch. I'm jazzed up. Thing I wanted to bring up first, and I don't mean to get expository, but friend of the show, notorious pants shitter,
Adriano.
Adriano. He calls me yesterday. Well, so one, he's very excited. He's never been to Florida before.
Wow.
So I've been explaining to him like, we're going. It's summertime in Florida. Like it's going to be scorching hot. Like I know, like you're familiar with what it's like to be warm.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But it's gonna be humid.
I'm like enhance whatever your
Yeah.
notion of warm is. Yeah, 'cause it's gonna be humid. It's gonna be like 87 degrees every day.
Woo.
And you've been in Buffalo for the past 7 months, but also 28 years.
Yeah.
I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Hand up, that's on me. So he calls me yesterday, and he's asking a few questions about the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm asking him some questions back, trying to get a gauge, because I'm driving us all to the airport, and we're leaving early tomorrow morning. And I'm like, are you checking a bag, or are you just bringing a carry-on? He's like, what's that mean? And I kind of brushed it off at first. And then, like, I asked another question, then something else came up, and I said, Adriano, have you ever been on an airplane before? And he said, once when I was really little, but that's the only time. So I'm fired up because you know Adriano, and we're flying direct, thank God. But I just can't wait to see him in the element of an airport. Like, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh my God. That's very
Like that, I'm almost more excited for that than I am the rest of the trip.
carry on or
And we're
checking a
flying
bag. What's that
Southwest,
mean?
which, like, no disrespect, but I fucking hate Southwest.
Yeah, disrespect. I'll throw disrespect out there.
I'm a
Those
Delta
guys are
guy.
ridiculous.
I'll fly United. I'll fly American.
The only bad thing
If I have to touch JetBlue is like my least favorite airline to fly, and then it's South. The thought of flying Southwest doesn't even cross my mind ever.
just the idea that they're not assigning the seats. I don't understand the
so-
benefit of that. It's crazy. And that's my personal least favorite part about
Yeah.
getting on a plane anyhow.
That's what drives me nuts. So our flight leaves 6:40 tomorrow morning. So it's like 6:42. I go to check us in, B50, which isn't bad.
It's not in the C's, but that's as far back.
There's
as you can
D's
be.
though, isn't there D's?
I don't know.
I think there's D's, brother. But the problem is Southwest now has this new thing where you can pre-check-in,
Yeah.
which I didn't book the flight. So I guess when you buy the flight, you can add pre-check-in to $20, which now knowing this I would have done, and it just automatically checks you in like right away in order of what you got and like what you bought your seat. So you'd be like high B's at the very least because A1 through 15 they reserve. You don't touch that.
Just go quick.
So, I mean, 2 minutes in, and I'm already bumped back to B50. I'm kind of pissed about that because last night I looked, and it said, like, early bird check-in, and I clicked it, and I was like, oh, there's early bird check-in. But since I didn't buy it with my flight, it was, like, an extra, like, $140 for, like, the 2 seats to add early bird check-in. I'm like, fuck that. So here's the other thing. I notoriously sit towards the back of planes just because that's usually where I pick my seat, you know? But yeah, now it's just a crapshoot. I fucking hate it. I hate it. But this brings me back to Adriano. So he was asleep while this was all going on this morning. Because I texted our group chat of people that are going. I'm like, hey, make sure you check in. Actually, Trey texted it. I was already in the process of it. I was like, good call, Trey. Everybody check in. Adriano was asleep. So he did get checked in. Everybody got checked in except for Adriano. And he's, I think, like C61 or something like that.
Oh my God, he's not.
So
he's
not only
sitting on the
do
wing.
I get to experience him, yeah, he's below. He's with the luggage. Not only do I get to experience him navigating an airport for the first time, but I also then have to trust him to just get on the plane without him.
Oh boy. I mean, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll figure it out. I mean, he'll get on the plane. He'll get on the plane somehow.
He'll get on a plane.
He'll get on it. Yeah, he'll get on a plane somehow. He might not end up going to Florida, but he'll go somewhere.
That's why I encourage people, if you have a passport, always travel with your passport. Because I watched this video once on Twitter where this flight that was going to like the U.S. Virgin Islands or like St. Thomas, something like one of those places that's like in the U.S., you know, so you don't need a passport to go to. But there's like something mechanical or weather or something, and they had to land the plane like on its way, like in the Caribbean or something like that. And these poor people that didn't have a passport had to be quarantined in like this gate, like airport gate that they like fucking barricaded them in, and like they were not allowed to leave, like escorted to the bathroom type shit. Couldn't eat, couldn't do anything for like 30 hours because they were in a foreign country without the proper documentation.
Yep.
So I always travel with my passport.
That's what
Even if I'm
happens.
flying, you know.
How long have we been going? Is it who would win of the week time?
It definitely is because I got a blast.
Son of a gun. All right, hold on. Okay, got it. The who would win of the week this week is Elaine from Seinfeld versus Flo from the Progressive Commercials. Elaine v. Flo. Flo's a businesswoman. Got a shot. Got a hand in.
So is Elaine.
She's not really.
She works in
publishing.
Yeah.
She works in publishing.
She's a glorified receptionist.
Okay, well that's not true.
Yeah, for when she's working for that one guy, she is for a long time.
No, not really. That's not really true. That's not really accurate. When she's working at Peterson, she's an editor technically. So
What
she's
she's
reading.
doing is dry cleaning.
I don't know if that's true.
I feel like there's a whole episode about that.
Oh no, when she's working for that other guy. Yeah, that's a tough one. That guy, that guy who like cuts his candy bars. I don't remember what his fucking name is. But Elaine let's start here. Elaine, I think, she's got a short fuse.
Very.
You can only push her so far.
Yeah.
Flo, for whatever reason, seems to have the longest fuse of all time.
Yeah.
And
She's got a fuse as long as your small intestine, they say.
which is pretty.
Could wrap around the earth twice, they
That's
say.
a couple.
That's not true.
That's a.
But it's like miles, I think. Let me see. I'll look it up. Keep
Okay,
going.
great. No, this is an important. This is an important part. And the one thing about Elaine and all the Seinfeld characters, how long is it?
Dude, I just made the most foolish comment of all time. Continue. I don't know if they sell lengths of rope shorter than your small intestine. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
When's the last
like
time you bought rope?
shoelaces? When's the last time I
shoelaces
bought
don't count.
rope? Okay, so the thing about Elaine and all the
22 feet.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
I thought it was like astronomical. People always say how long your small intestine is.
I think you must be thinking of the large one,
No,
man.
dude, that's why it's like Iceland Greenland type situation.
Your large intestine is shorter, but it's just like
It's thicker.
thicker.
Yeah.
It's
It's like-
girthier.
Yeah.
Got it. It's about how you use it. The thing about Elaine and all the Seinfeld characters, if I can start this sentence for the third time, the thing about Elaine and all the main Seinfeld characters is their tolerance for people like Flo is unbelievably small. Elaine is going to try and tear this woman's fucking head off immediately, and Flo is not going to be aware of that at all.
Yeah, but this is so.
Oh, I'm not
It's
saying
not gonna
that
phase
takes
Flo.
It's not going to
That's the
phase
thing.
Flo.
And Elaine, unfortunately, like she does get like that, but it never works in her favor because she's not very good at it. Like she either fucks up what she says, or like she's somehow going to make a fool of herself, or it's just not going to work out. That part of it's not going to work out in Elaine's favor without the fact that Flo's not going to take it to heart. She's going to brush it off like it's nothing. The other thing about Flo is, yes, she has a long fuse, but if there's one thing we know about Flo and her role in Progressive, it's that she's going to get shit done. She's going to finish the job, even if she has to go out there, get on her hands and knees, and change the tire itself.
If I may, Flo stands out of business.
Yes.
That's what we know about Flo.
Exactly. So
She's
when
about her
push
bread.
comes to shove, Elaine might act like somebody who can, rip your hair out and tear you to shreds. But I think the second that it clicks in Flo's mind that this is going to be a life or death situation, Flo is going to fucking pound Elaine. I don't think Elaine has a chance the second Flo decides it's time to end things.
I kind of agree with you here, and I hate to say it because I wanted Elaine to win going into this fight, but now that we're talking about it, Elaine is going to keep picking up Flo until she starts insulting Progressive.
Yeah.
That's what's going to set Flo off, and once Flo starts to retaliate, Elaine is going to act kind of like your classic bully type. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like as soon as she gets it back a little in her face, she'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. And that's the other thing about Elaine. Yeah, she's definitely going to walk it back. The second Flo, as you said, stands on said business, Elaine's going to start to walk it back, but it's going to be too late. Flo's already going to be like, hey, I have to do this now.
Yeah.
I made a promise,
To
and
Progressive.
I have to
Signed an oath.
I have to finish it. Yeah.
Made a blood
Sign
pact.
an NDA that if I ever kill anybody on behalf of Progressive, I have to keep it a secret forever. And this is what I have to do. The other thing about Elaine is editor, whatever, she's not smart. Elaine is not smart. You can't convince me that Elaine Bennis is smart.
I don't think she's dumb.
Not saying she's dumb. I didn't say she was dumb.
But you
I
think
said
Flo
she's
is
not
but
smart.
You think Flo is smarter than Elaine?
My God. Flo's
I guess you're
business
right.
savvy just oozes. Flo is smart.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying Elaine is dumb
no.
in the natural sense, but she's not smart. I don't know exactly. I can't find the word. I'm not going to put a pin on it exactly. It's not like, oh, she only has book smarts instead of street smarts, but it kind of is that. Like, I believe that she could sit there and edit, but I don't think that she can navigate situations, especially for somebody who's lived in New York as long as her, because that's what happens to Elaine, is like she just finds herself all fumble-fucked all over the place. Like, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like, the situations that Elaine runs into, as somebody who's a veteran of New York City, she should be able to avoid if she was intelligent.
Sure, well, that's
which
a good
she
point.
doesn't avoid them, so she's then inherently not smart. Again, I'm not saying dumb. I'm saying she's not smart.
Yeah, and also, that's
She's
a big thing with all those Seinfeld characters is most of the problems they run into are problems that they create.
Yes. Yeah. And she's gonna create,
she's gonna create
a problem with Flo
She's
because she's
gonna
gonna come in
problem.
hot and heavy, being disrespectful to Flo, and then Flo's gonna beat the wheels off her. I'm taking Flo.
I got to take Flo too, which I'm upset about. I really want Elaine to win, but Flo, you can just see it. I mean, you can just see it happening so clearly.
And I bet you Flo throws a wicked right, and Elaine cannot take a punch. I know that for fact.
Yeah.
Not for fact, but for fact.
Yeah. That's what it goes.
Clean
Lock her
sweep
in.
for Flo. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld versus Flo from Progressive. Shout out to Flo. And what's that other guy's name? Jamie. Yeah, fucking Jamie. Andy, any closing remarks?
I feel like there was something else I really wanted to talk to you about, but if you got to get out of here, we can go.
Unless you got it. Quick.
No, I guess not. Nothing.
Sure?
Good. Nothing big.
All right.
Just some other weird AI thing. But shout out to the
Shout-
Chi-Town Pope.
Shout out to the Chicago Pope.
Well, how about this? The French army, they want to be the first, or France, they want to be the first people to come up with a robot army. That's their plan.
Bad idea. Of course it's the French. They're just going to take over them. Unless they do it like, have you seen that Netflix movie with Chris Pratt?
No.
And what's the girl's name? Millie Bobby Brown?
No, I haven't seen it, but yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Watch it. That's what's going to happen. Good movie, actually.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Good.
Definitely like a...
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I'd feel like I could beat up a French robot.
Give it a baguette. Hit it with a wee
To
wee.
distract it, hit it with a
Yeah.
wee wee.
And then shove the Eiffel Tower up its ass.
I mean, a
Fuck
French
'em.
robot, yeah.
The French, I don't do
They'll
the
probably
French.
make them with on-off switches, like right on their chest or something.
Yeah, then just go up to them, flip
Exactly.
it off.
All you gotta do is flick
Yeah.
it.
That's so easy.
Frick it. Come on, Pierre.
Just learn
Come
the
on,
word
guys.
off in French
Yeah, it's
and just say that out loud. They all shut down.
It's
this
like,
is the easiest. Bay of Pigs would have been so easy.
it would have been done. It's
Yeah.
like you know that story of I think in World War II the Soviets.
Ferdinand and the Bull.
Yeah, Ferdinand and the Bull, exactly. But in World War II, the Soviets, they trained these dogs. They would strap bombs to these dogs, and then they would train them to run underneath tanks and blow them up. But the dogs only practice on Russian tanks. So when they put the dogs in the field, instead of going for the U.S. tanks or German, whoever, those bad boys, those pooches flipped right around and blew up the fucking Russian tanks.
Hysterical.
Yep.
Horrible to do that, by the way.
I
Dog
know.
suicide. That pissed me off.
Yeah, it's not.
like
It
that
was
at
a
all.
bad plan across the board. Frickin' Russian, frickin' French.
Andy?
Any of them.
I love you.
Love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.